Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here. Just revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, the story trailer for Spider-Man 2. And when I say just absolutely insane, we got obviously we see some new characters in the trailer with, the villains, Venom, Kraven, Lizard, all that great stuff. We also see the symbiote in action with Peter. We see Harry, Miles, and MJ have like a bit of an updated look. Miles with some new hair, Mary Jane letting her hair down from the ponytail, and what seems to be a new face model, which looks great, by the way. She looks fantastic, as does everyone else. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that out before I give my thoughts on everything. So yeah, check this out. This is crazy.
A lot's happened in the last 10 years. It's a miracle I'm even sitting here now. I got a second chance, and I'm gonna take advantage of that. But I need you with me, Pete. We're gonna heal the world.
Hey guys, this is my best friend Harry.
Hey, good to meet you.
New job, huh? Still gonna have time for tutoring?
We'll figure it out. I didn't know there were bears in these woods. Hey, MJ, I have another name for you. Kraven. He's here on some kind of hunt.
No, if you need me, I'm just a call away.
Lee, you don't know what you took from me.
All Miles talks about is how to be a better Spider-Man. How to help you.
What the hell's going on with Pete?
He's not himself. Go help him.
This was our dream. I'm not going to lose him.
We're going to heal the world.
Absolutely insane. Shout out Sony, shout out Insomniac Games, the whole crew, Laura Bailey, Yuri Lowenthal, Najee Jeter, Tony Todd, the whole crew, Brian Intihar, the whole crew, man. They did their damn thing with this, taking such an iconic villain like Venom and other villains like Kraven, like Lizard, and making them, it's always hard, trying to make your own original story and make it work. You see a lot of the time where, a lot of just companies or just people in general that have hold of the Spider-Man entity, the character in their universe, and it doesn't hit as it should. So just to see it be so well perceived by the community, Spider-Man fans through and through, is just amazing. But the story trailer is absolutely insane. Starting off with Harry saying, I got a second chance. It's been 10 years. Obviously, the past two games, the iteration we've seen of Harry Osborn has been encapsulated in that unit holding him with that green liquid and the black symbiote, essentially healing him back to health after dealing with the same disease that took away his mother. So it's really cool to see Harry, full-fledged, full form, in action, talking to Pete, reminiscing, catching up. He also says he needs Pete's help with healing the world. And then we have Peter introducing Harry to the rest of the people he knows. Obviously, he already knows Mary Jane, but more so to Miles and Genki, who are standing around as they're at like a carnival, which will probably be an explorable area, hopefully in the game, not just in a side mission. I'm pretty sure that's Coney Island, so that'll be fun. And Miles also seriously but half like jokingly asks, like, you're still going to be able to help me out with training, quote unquote, because no one else knows that they're Spider-Man outside of like Mary Jane and Genki, obviously. So they gotta kind of keep that under wraps, I'd assume, from Harry, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't know that Pete's Spider-Man. And Peter just says, you'll figure it out, which is going to be interesting to see throughout the game, the dynamic of Miles potentially being a little jealous and essentially losing like a leader, a teacher in Pete. Pete's still going to be that for him always, but throughout this game, we're going to see that our heartstrings be tugged on in a sense of them being separated. But very interesting stuff to start off the trailer. We see Pete, undercover in one of the shots, like he's at some kind of dinner party with a tray in his hand, delivering something maybe to one of the guests there at that dinner party, telling MJ about Craven, saying to look up this name, find out if I want him. He's come to New York for this quote unquote big hunt. In the gameplay trailer we got way back in May, we saw Craven in his neck of the woods, literally kind of training a guy and saying like you're not worthy, like killing him basically, and some of his crew showing him like, hey, there's a new stomping ground for you, a new yard, if you will, a new just avenue for you to hunt in, and it's New York. And he shows him all of these entities, villains, heroes in New York, and he's coming for the big dogs, which is both of our Spider-Men that we love so much, and Peter and Miles. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what transpires once Craven pulls up to New York. We also get a shot of the symbiote seemingly landing from outer space onto Earth, kind of like we saw in Spider-Man 3, and obviously as it has been in the comics, where it kind of crashes into the Earth, and there's like a bunch of like just flames around where it landed and just this big indent, and we see Harry and what seems to be a crew of people around said symbiote looking to just, I guess, harness it and track it down and investigate it. As we've seen when Harry's locked up in that capsule, we see him using it to heal him. So clearly they found out a way for it to work against the disease that Harry has. Also hinted at in the trailer, we obviously see a Martin Lee, grown out hair, beard and all. Obviously in the first game, took away the life of Miles' father. So Miles is going to be confronting him in this game. Definitely was not expecting that. After, Martin Lee got arrested in the first game, I just assume, yeah, maybe they're done with his story, or maybe it'll be, implemented in small bits, but they just full on, like, we're bringing, like, him back in some capacity. And we're going to have Miles interact with him, which is, I don't know how that slipped my mind, and I totally forgot about that. It's crazy because I'm currently playing through the first Spider-Man game and uploading on my channel. Obviously, as you see, all my previous uploads are Spider-Man walkthroughs, so great callback, very important. We also get a shot of what seems to be Yuri, or Wraith, from the comics. Obviously, we saw in the Spider-Man DLC, we saw Yuri kind of take a turn for the worse. She used to be a law-abiding officer, playing by the rules, but just was not getting her anywhere. These villains, these criminals were doing so much irreversible damage to, the cops on her under her watch, and just her in general, and just taking these lives away and doing all these dastardly things. And she just got tired of doing things by the law. She wanted to start doing things on her own accord. You can see her in the flames with Spidey and what looks to be someone next to him. I'm not sure if that's Harry or someone else. I'm not really too sure about that yet, but obviously we'll get more details as we get the game that comes out in 3 months and we delve into the story. We see Rio Morales talking to Spider-Man, saying, Miles is just trying to be the best version of Spider-Man he can be, to help you out, Peter. And, everyone's talking about how just Peter's not been himself since he's obtained this symbiote. Things are different. He's not himself. You need to go help him. Like, just get Pete back on the same page, which is going to be a lot of the story into this game, of just Miles trying to return Peter to his natural grounded self, not let this entity, this dark, alienated goop, essentially, just drive him to his breaking point with all his relationships. We see Harry, saying this was our dream, talking to Peter. You see Norman saying he doesn't want to lose him. We see a lot of symbiote action. Peter with the symbiote fighting the lizard scream seeming to have effects on the symbiote. Obviously, the symbiote does not like fire and or just loud sounds, so we're getting a bit of piece of look at that. So definitely some really interesting stuff there as well. And at the end, we see what seems to be Peter on top of a building saying, or not Peter saying it, but Peter's on top of a building, and then we get Tony Todd, the voice of Venom, saying, "We will kill the world." And it goes straight to a section of the trailer where Venom is taking down one of Craven's hovercrafts. He jumps and leaps off of it and lands. Camera pans up, the classic Venom screech, the scream, he looks insane. I really just got to say that. Like, the amount of just mass and like largeness that we see from him, it's like he's not too insanely big and he's not too minuscule. He's kind of in the middle. He's just this big lunk, this big alien goop. You talk about peak Venom design, top 5 Venom design across all Spider-Man media, in my opinion. Also curious to see, it could just be for the trailer's sake, where they inserted the Venom saying we are going to kill the world, where it shows Pete on top of the building. I don't know if Venom ends up turning into, I don't know if Pete ends up turning into Venom like we see in the comics and, you know, the Ultimate Spider-Man video game that's been hinted at a lot amongst the Spider-Man community. It'll be really interesting to see how it transpires, because once it was announced that Eddie Brock's not going to be Venom, people started to like question it and like, we're like, oh, we love Eddie. Obviously, Insomniac is trying to tell their own original story. You know, it's been hinted at with Norman Osborn becoming Venom, with Harry Osborn becoming Venom. It seems likely it's going to be Harry since he was attached to the symbiote for the longest. But also people have hinted at the fact that in the first post-credit scene for the original Spider-Man game on the PS4, at the end, we see Norman Osborn put his hand on the capsule that Harry is held in, and the symbiote latches on to the other side of the glass, trying to get through to Norman. So could that mean that he's trying to be in a symbiotic relationship with Norman, or, you know, is it just for the sake of the trailer to look nice, like, oh, the symbiote is alive? You know, it's really going to be interesting to see. We got Venom, Kraven, the Lizard, and then, you know, with certain characters like Martin Lee and all the other returning villains and anti-heroes like Black Cat, Shocker, Taskmaster, and all the other villains that we saw. So definitely going to be interesting to see what pans out in this game. And also, you can't forget, finally today at San Diego Comic-Con, we got an official look at this new PS5 Spider-Man 2 bundle, which looks crazy. And the good thing about this is they're obviously selling the console itself with the panels and the controller in a bundle, but you can buy the panels for your console for the digital version, for the disc version, and obviously they have the controller sold separately. So you already know I am copying those panels for the for my digital console, and then obviously the Spider-Man 2 PS5 controller, which just looks great, you know. I'm so excited, you know. So, but before I give any more thoughts, go ahead and roll the trailer for the console, because it looks absolutely insane.
Miles, I need your help.
What is this stuff? Wait, Pete! I got an idea!
Nice. One more time. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
As I said, the console looks great. It looks amazing. Like I said, I'm copping the panels. I saw on Twitter as I was scrolling that it's all sold separately. So if you want to cop the console and the controller together in a bundle, you can do that. You can cop the panels for the digital or disc version, and then obviously the controller will be sold separately as well. I've never had like a game exclusive console, and I still won't technically, but if I can just get the panels for it and the controller, then I'll be set, bro. And then obviously I got the digital deluxe version pre-ordered already, so I'm ready, man. I'm suited and booted. I'm ready. Peter, Miles, Harry, Venom, Mary Jane, Martin Lee, J. Jonah Jameson confirmed to be back. Mary Jane's going to be working under him. There's just so much we get to dive into that's new, and then obviously rehashing a lot of the other characters in this series that are going to be returning. It's just so exciting, man. You know, I've never anticipated a game more than I have with this Spider-Man series with Insomniac. Bravo to them on just bringing this character back into the limelight for video games specifically. Obviously, he's been a well-renowned character in the world of, you know, comics and movies and everything, but to have the video game world hit just as hard as it does with the movies and the comic books is just absolutely amazing. I'm locked in. I'm obviously going to have gameplay of that up when the game drops. I'm going to be playing it nonstop. Super excited. Let me know what you're most excited for in the comments. I am just over the moon ecstatic. It feels like we've waited so long to see gameplay for this game. We got that gameplay reveal back at in May, at the end of May, and then you know, a weeks later we got, you know, some news, and then now we have a story trailer, console information, pre-order coming September 1st. Like, everything's just, or we're in the end game. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What are you most excited for? What did you like? What did you not like about the trailer? Let me know. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. We are here. Spider-Man 2, 3 months. It's go time, man. Let's go.